Matthew here from Zarabyte.com, and in this video I'm going to be teaching you how easy it is to actually SQL inject a website, and basically anybody can do it. All you gotta do is follow along in this video. I highly recommend that you have permission from the host or the actual website before you try this on. So I recommend that you also just use this only on your own PC for testing this. I don't enforce any type of illegal activity at all. So in this video I'm going to be SQL injecting a website on my own PC, which I set up, which you can download this CMS from if you look on my other video from setting up the Zarabyte CMS, you can find all the information there. So then I'm going to be SQL injecting this website, which is hosted on my PC. So what we're going to do is we're going to add an apostrophe at the end of the number, and this will give us an error. Now sometimes the website will error and it'll be someplace on the site, like if it could be in the middle of the page, on the bottom of the page, the top of the page. It could be just about anywhere. You have to look for it. Sometimes the website won't even error at all, so you'll have to play around with it or just move along and see. So in this one, it's vulnerable. It gave an error. That's all we need to know. So now what we're going to do now is we're going to do an order by, and we're going to keep upping the number until we get an error message. So if we do order by 1 followed by dash dash, the error will go away if I add the by. There we go. So we know that there's one column. That's fine. So what we're going to do is keep upping the number until we get a syntax error, which I know there's 11, but I'm still going to go past 11 and go to 12 and show you that it'll error. And as you can see, it errored because it errored too because I didn't put a colon sign. There we go. Anyways, there we go. So as you can see, we got an error anyways with the 12. So if we take out the 12 and put 11 there, we see the website's fine. So we know that there's only 11 columns in this website. So next what we're going to do is we're going to do a union all select. We have to remember all the columns that we have, which there are 11, so remember those. Those are a key factor for later. Actually, I'm going to save these just because I want to be fast. So next we're going to do a union all select. Now many people do this differently from the way I do it, and you can do it a few other ways, but I use the union all select. So we're going to do union all select followed by the columns. I'm going to copy and paste it like I did and press enter, and then we find out that columns 2 and 7 are the vulnerable columns, which is good. So we have 2 columns. Sometimes you'll see more than 2, sometimes you won't. Sometimes you might even have to add a dash sign in front of the number here to get the columns that are vulnerable. So remember that you might have, if you don't get the columns with the union all select, try adding a dash sign in front of the number, and you might be able to get the vulnerable columns that way. Alright, so columns 2 and 7 are vulnerable. That's good. So now we're going to go to column, but you can put this in columns 2 or 7 depending on which columns are vulnerable for you. We're going to put the @@ version. I'm going to put it in column 2, @@ version. And this @@ version in column 2 is going to put the vulnerable, the name of the vulnerable SQL server in column 2, which will be displayed. As you can see, the vulnerable column in this example is 5.1.41, which is good because we want a SQL server that is not below 5.0 or anything lower, because if it is below 5.0, then you're gonna have to brute force it, and that becomes a little trickier to being able to get the columns, tables, and all that information. If that happens, then you might have to go with a program like SQLi Helper to do something like that, to brute force it, to save you some time. Alright, so moving along, we know that it's version 1.5.41. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in the column where we have the @@ version. We're going to put in a group underscore concat not concast, concat. And we're going to put in the bracket here. We're going to put in table underscore name. And we're going to take out the dash dash. And we're going to do from information. Now I have to remember all this stuff. Underscore CHEMA dot tables. Hopefully I can remember all this stuff. I have to remember what it was. Where table underscore SCA. God, I can't remember all this stuff. Have to remember all this stuff real quick. EMA equals database, and then the open bracket followed by dash dash. And basically what this is going to do is it's going to get us all the table names that are in the database. If I type this right. That is if I type this all right when I hit enter. Okay, good. So there was no error. So basically there's an admins table and there's also a content table. So we want to take note of the admins table name. What we're going to need now is this is going to become a little tricky. We're going to need to go to Google and we're going to need to type in text to ASCII converter, because we're going to need a text to ASCII. And there goes my droid. Okay, so this is the site right here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to paste in the admins here, and we're going to convert this, and we're going to copy this code here and save it for later, put it in our notepad. Hopefully you're following along with me. We're going to take out the gibberish. We're going to add a colon sign. To these. Now, whatever your column you're going for, you're going to have to use a text to ASCII converter to do this. Alright, so we're going to save that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over to back to our page here, and we're going to take out the actual table underscore names, well, table underscore name, and we're going to change, that's right, it's going to be, hold on a sec, it's going to be column underscore name, and then it's going to be, here is going to be taking this out, taking out the information underscore schema dot tables, taking out dot tables and changing this to columns. And then we're going to be taking out the character, the database here, changing this to CHAR. And then in the CHAR, we're going to put in, and we're going to take out table schema, change this to name. And inside the character of the brackets between the character and the bracket, we're going to put in our text ASCII. This is basically going to show us what's inside of the admins folder. Okay, so that's basically what we have inside the admins table name. We have login underscore name, pass, rank, ADM, and description and status and all that. The only things we're actually after is the login underscore name and the pass. That's the only thing that we want. So what we're going to do from here is we're going to save the login and pass for later. We'll put this in the notepad. And we're going to change this to, we're going to change this here. Group underscore concat. We're going to use this to, so I'm going to put this here. And I'm going to change this to a 0x3a, and I put a comma there, and I'm going to put a comma here, and we're going to put a 0x3c 62723, I think it was, for the break, so that if there's a lot of text, what this is going to do is this is going to put the username followed by a colon sign followed by the password, and the 0x3c62723e is basically the BR sign. For many of you that know about HTML, you use a BR sign to like make a space down the letters and whatnot. This is the hex code for the bracket BR or whatever and all that. The arrow BR arrow. Anyways, after that we're gonna do from the column, which was from admins -- Now if I did this right and you did this right, what am I? I did this all wrong, I think. Select. I think I did this wrong the whole time. No, I did this right. Okay. Yeah, okay, I did this right. So basically, if I have done this right and you've done this right, this is basically going to show all the information that is inside the login name, the login underscore name and pass. And when I press enter, there it is. That's basically game over. Now all you have to do is find the admin login page, log in with that information on the site, and basically the website's pretty much owned. But that's basically how easy it is to manually SQL inject a website. Sorry for the little sluggish, but if you see down at the bottom of my clock, it's like, almost 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm tired. Anyways, thanks for watching my video. Check out some of my other videos. If this video is a little hard for you to understand, just reply. I'll try to make a better one at a better time, but I'm in such a rush to get things done. I was hoping to get some videos up. So thanks for watching, and check out czarbyte.com. Check out some of my other videos if they're up and when they're up. Subscribe and comment. See ya.